What's up, y'all? And welcome back to another episode of the Warsheep Podcast. Listen, there's a polygamous man out here who's actually drawn up a couple contracts for the women he's in a relationship with. Let's go ahead and take a listen as to what's truly going on with this situation real quick, all right?
Is the sheep preaching hate when he says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore? If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf violent? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking you over the head, stop them. Do whatever you have to do to stop them. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate. It's violent.
We run a very strict program around this motherfucker. Now, with that being said, we got contracts here. So here are you guys' contracts. You guys go ahead and read them out loud.
You must like me, not just kind of like me, but must be infatuated.
Now that's Pam. Are we in agreement here?
Yes, Daddy. Are you in agreement, Daddy?
I wrote the contract, baby.
You must have respect for me and must be submissive. I have no problem with that.
Now that's Pam.
You must reply, yes, Daddy, to every request. Yes, Daddy.
Now that's Pam.
You must pay.
Okay. So my thing is this, right, y'all, is that, of course, he's got two snow bunnies, okay? And then they both are reading off the contract. And he's like submissive, replying, yes, daddy. Honestly, all these different things. And it's like, yo, a lot of men, honestly, would desire that from their woman, right? Most men, you know what I mean? Most men would desire that type of behavior from their woman. And I'm not saying like in a servitude, leash, crawling on all fours type of submission, but like just at least understanding how to follow the guidance, the leadership, or whatever it may be, right? Keeping it following the head. Like, this is hilarious, okay? And you know, my thing is that it's gotta be two snow bunnies that would actually agree to doing something like this. I mean, I know there is some melanated women out there who wouldn't mind following behind these contracts, but for the fact that it's two snow bunnies is even more. That's just like telling, right? Like, I don't know, but polygynist guy, obviously, you know, is what's going on here, and like I said, it's just funny. Let's continue, y'all. Let's continue.
A choosing fee of some sort, an upfront payment, or pay for a dinner or first date. Are you hungry?
I'm hungry as long as y'all agree to the contract. You feel me?
Yes, let us know.
Now that's Pam. So you can go ahead and sign first, baby.
All right. So he said you got to pay for a first date. You got to pay for some dinner. You got to do something. And some guys feel like that if women at least offer, right? Let's keep it real, okay? We're gonna keep it above. The kindest thing you can do as a woman when you're on like a first date or a situation where you guys are first meeting for the first time, you're going out, is to offer to pay for your own stuff or offer to pay regardless, right? And like I was saying before, like if you're the type of woman who will determine whether you deal with this man or not based on if he pays on the first date, listen, if you offer the pay, you've offered to pay. And if your deal breaker is that if you don't pay for the first date after our offer, then I'm not dealing with this guy, then at least you paid how much ever to be able to discover that maybe it's not going to work out in a relationship. I promise you, after you do that and he pays for what you guys both are doing, he pays for you as well. He's going back to the boys and he's talking about how you offered to pay. You understand what I'm saying? He's talking about it. Let's continue, y'all. Let's continue. I just thought that was funny.
We got the motherfucking signature. Now we just need one from you, baby.
And they're signing it.
She's signed.
Oh, wow. You got the goddamn kissy mark on there, too, man. It's official.
Yo, this is wild, man. This is wild because, man, this is hilarious. I don't watch this guy's content as much, man. Maybe I'll check him out every now and then. Like I said, it's not like This is just this guy. And I'm not too sure if this is a skit or not, right? If this is just a skit or whatever it may be. Funny guy, man. Seems like these two girls are some really dope girls. And they both are understanding polygyny and sharing a man. In a society like this, I promise you, is going to be on an increase, is going to be on a rise. I promise you now. It's already been prophesied, okay, that there will be 7 women that's going to seek to take hold of one man, saying that they would be able to pay for all of their own clothing, right? They can pay for their own arrangements, their own living space. They can pay for their own stuff. They just want to have for him to take away their reproach, meaning they want his last name, right? So that's what we know about that. You understand what I'm saying? We got to take into account that this is going to be a time, right, where this is, like I said, it's going to be a norm. It's going to be something that people are going to just be doing. This honestly, it's going to be a way of life, and it's going to be a normal relationship style, just as it is in the eastern side of the earth. In the Eastern culture, listen, this is a normal way of life. It's a choice a man can choose. He can choose to be a polygamist. He can choose to be poly. He can choose these things if he would like to, right? Here in the Western society, of course, these women have been taught, have been trained, and also the men that women should be monogamous, men should be monogamous, even though the relationship style is inheritedly, honestly, it's a failure, right? It is a failure in the Western culture and any other culture that's actually practicing monogamy. It's not something that actually succeeds, right? Because most men are by nature polygamous. And I'm always say it and reiterate it. By nature, they are. So it's like, like I said, they're going to adapt to it. They're going to evolve into it. It's going to be a thing as to where it's going to be a norm. People are going to start to abandon the fact that a woman shouldn't have to do A, B, and C. And women are going to start to adopt the fact that they have to find a man that they can really build with, or sometimes find a household that they can fit into and help build with, right? Just based on survival or whatever it may be, right? But you got to think about it, right? Back in back in the days, we used to decide who we'd marry based on status, prestige, based on, the family, based on the woman as well, right? Based on the man, based on the level of resources that can be added onto the kingdom or onto the house and how it could grow, right? So it was always based on economics, economic growth. It was always based on societal reputation, right? Reputation in society. It was based on these things that really truly mattered. And then love was probably the very last equation, right? But also there had to be a nuance of interest. Are you interested? Right? And then after they're interested, those levels of important, the level of importance of economic growth, of sustainability, of having extra resources, right, added to the house, right, and forming a bond and union based on military strength. You get what I'm saying? And being able to unite kingdoms. This is the way that we used to do marriage. This is what we used to arrange them. We used to do all of that stuff, right? And sometimes, of course, a woman could choose, or a man could choose who he would like to marry based on interest. You understand what I'm saying? And but all those things are taken into account. Nowadays, the only thing that's taken into account is love and interest, right? And that's it. There's no real and it is kind of, but it's not one of the most important things. And some people, they do hang heavy on that, but and a lot of us, we just going based on love. And that's the reason why so many of us fail, because love is based on the flesh, and it's not based on the spirit. It's not based on the principle. It's not based on what makes sense, resources wise, things like that, strength and power and might for kingdoms. I'm in the kingdom building. And a lot of individuals, we should be able to determine these things, right? What's going on, how it's going on, things like that, right? But y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below. Is this guy crazy? Is he wild for coming up with these contracts and then the stipulations of the contracts? Tell me what y'all thoughts is on on the stipulations. I think the stipulations is bit honestly direct. Honestly, it's straightforward, it's direct, and it definitely personifies what a man is and what he honestly requires in a space. It's not much, yo. It's not much. It's not much. I believe that this definitely shows you that a man really doesn't require much for him to be satisfied, right? Whereas to where women, of course, y'all require a lot. You understand what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So I like the contracts. I like the content, whatever it may be. I don't know if this is a skit or not, but whatever, whether they be snow bunnies or whatever, if they're melanated women, snow bunnies, whatever it may be, still, you know what I mean? I think it's important to understand the boundaries, the guidelines. There's only four basic rules that he's got laid out here in this contract, and they agreed to all four of them, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that in the comment section below, right? Do y'all think that melanated women could get down with something like this? Do you believe that there's a forward progression in this being a societal norm? All right. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, right, with whoever needs to hear this thing, okay? Listen, we gonna need some maximum effort, y'all, okay, on that share. Effort. All right, let's get maximum effort, y'all.
Maximum effort.
You're hating on me. I just want you to feel free.
If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch.
I appreciate you guys joining me here for the Warsheep Podcast. We'll see you in the next video. Peace and shalom, shalom.